Good day. This is meteorologist Eric Donson from the Fleetweather Ocean Routing Center in New York. It's currently about 8Z on Friday, July 22nd, and this is going to be a quick update on the weather across the South Atlantic Ocean Basin. So starting off here, taking a look at the latest satellite picture. A couple of the main features we have are an area of high pressure currently located over the central part of the basin, which is promoting southeast trades over much of the northern part of the basin. And then down near 60 south, 25 west, we have this complex gale with a cold front that's extending to the north and then northwest towards the coast of Uruguay. And this cold front will be moving to the east towards the South African Capes over the coming days. And this high pressure I mentioned will also be moving east over the coming days, expected to be um, over the South African Capes vicinity. And then by the beginning of the weekend, we'll have another area of high pressure moving off the coast of Argentina that will basically replace this current high. So with that, we can now take a look at the latest GFS model run. So again, here's that complex gale that I mentioned with the cold front extending to the northwest. So we can see we have a large area of up to strong gale force conditions and very rough to high seas in association with this cold front. And those conditions will continue to push to the east as the cold front moves eastward. However, conditions will gradually be easing as the cold front is expected to slowly weaken as it moves eastward. And the higher conditions are also expected to remain south of the South African Capes heading into the beginning of next week. So that is a good thing. And again, um, as far as any routes go from, say, places like Recolata to the South African Capes or vice versa, Rumline routes looking pretty good over the coming days, with the highest conditions generally expected to remain south of about 40 south. So for routes from, say, Recolata to the South African Capes, generally looking at seas remaining below about 4 meters on those types of routes. So again, as I mentioned, here is that high pressure slowly moving east towards uh, being south of the African Capes by mid 24th. And if I backtrack just a bit, we can see here by the 23rd, we have the next high pressure I mentioned moving east off the coast of Argentina. And again, we can see that kind of replaces the previous high a bit further west by the 24th. And so that will promote continued generally light conditions over the central and northern part of the basin heading through the weekend and into the beginning of next week. And then one final thing I wanted to note is the possibility of a gale developing over the central part of the basin by about next Monday or Tuesday, as we can see here. And the latest GFS model run does have that deepening quite significantly then as it continues to move eastward, with up to storm force conditions and a pretty large area of very rough to high seas in association with this, which could impact any east or westbound routes from eastern South America to the South African Capes. And then heading even more into the long term by the end of next week, if this solution were to verify, those higher conditions would be approaching the African Capes by the end of the week. So again, definitely something to keep a close eye on, but this is more of a long range forecast, so definitely subject to change. And then one final thing I did want to note is taking a look at the latest Ecmwf as well. So pretty similar to the GFS, with the highest conditions at the present time generally remaining south of about 40 south and gradually easing as that cold front moves eastward. And now as we get into the beginning to middle of next week, this is now the middle of the day on Wednesday, we can see there is an area of high seas up to about 8 meters being shown on the Ecmwf to the southwest of the African Capes, associated with that same gale that the GFS shows developing. So again, both models indicating this possibility, but again, we will continue to monitor over the coming days regarding the exact forecast for this system. And that about sums up today's weather discussion for the South Atlantic. Thanks for watching. Stay connected and safe.